Hey, what's up, you guys? Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you? So, if you're new here, I'm Kita. Welcome to my channel. If you're not new here, welcome back, family. If you like what I do, please comment, subscribe, and like this video, and become a part of the family. So, as you can see from the title, I'm going to go ahead and revisit Seeking Sister Wife. Now, the way I'm going to do this is going to be a little different. I am not about to sit here. While I love you guys, I am not about to sit here and give you every single couple, because every single couple has their own stuff going on. You know, like everybody got something a little different. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to break the episodes down into parts. And I'm going to go ahead and just give you the overview, and then maybe episode 5, because I think they're into like episode 4 now. Let me see. Yeah. They're in episode, like they should be getting ready to go into episode 5. So on episode 5, we'll like go over it the way we go over Love After Lockup, where I go over the entire episode. But I'm just going to break down the 3 families. So today, I'll give you guys Dimitri and Ashley. And then later on tonight, I'll give you guys... No, I'm going to give you Dimitri and Ashley today, another family tomorrow, and then another family on Friday. And then I'll go over the entire 5th episode as a whole. Hopefully that makes sense. So let's jump into it. Seeking Sister Wife is a spin-off show to, of course, the TV show Sister Wives, where we are following families that live the polygamy lifestyle and the Mormon lifestyle. And there is more than one wife in the situation. Y'all, these eyebrows gonna be done soon, I promise. And so that is what the show is about. We are watching the process of picking a sister wife, because as you know, on Sister Wives, everybody's already there. We already had Robin. Like, everybody was already in position, and we didn't really get to see that's not the word. We just didn't get to see the process of what it was to bring all of these different women into one household with one husband and to have some type of unity. And that is what Seeking Sister Wives is doing for us. So I am going to give you episodes 1 through 4 for this family. And then tomorrow I'll do episodes 1 through 4 for the next, and so forth. And then we'll just go over one huge episode for episode 5. So we meet in the very first episode, we meet Dimitri and Ashley. They are an African-American couple, and they already have 2 children, and Ashley is pregnant. They've been together for 8 years, and they explained to us that they started really practicing the whole polygamy lifestyle when they were in college. They were taking certain classes that were talking about Mormons and polygamy and just like culture, and it was something that they both were into. When the 2 of them met, they fell in love, realized that they were into the same thing, and they had made an agreement that they were going to try to find a sister wife. They had been married for a while before they met their first sister wife, and it did not work out. Now, this is what I didn't know. We could just kick someone out. I didn't know we could just do that. When you watch Sister Wives with Cody and them, I didn't know we had an option to be like, you're not really working out, you should go. Like, I didn't know that once you made that like spiritual commitment, it was just leave. You know what I mean? Like, I thought it was like the same working ethic that you would put into a regular marriage. But apparently, Dimitri and Ashley has a different way of doing things. The lady that was there, they did not give us her name because she's no longer part of the relationship. She came into the relationship with children, and she was more interested in a relationship with Dimitri than she was to have a relationship with Ashley. I think I explained this to you guys when I did like the little soft release, but just in case you didn't see that, this is why I'm going over it again. She wanted to have Dimitri be father to her children, but she didn't want to play mom to Ashley's kids, nor did she want Ashley to play mom to her kids. And she just wanted Dimitri, which is a problem in a situation like that, because the way they explain it, or the way they interpret the polygamy lifestyle, is you are supposed to be my best friend as the woman. You're supposed to be the best wife to my husband, and we are supposed to be a family. These are our children, not just mine or yours. I help you, you help me, you help him, he helps us. Like, This is supposed to be a melting pot of goodness. And the lady just was not feeling it. She just wanted the husband part of it and just was accepting the fact that Ashley was there, and that was a problem for Ashley, and that was a problem for Dimitri, and it just did not work out. And on top of that, Dimitri wanted more children, and the lady was not trying to pop out no more kids. She already had enough. She wasn't trying to give more children, and it just started to be a lot of issues, and they separated. Okay. So now they're in the process of healing. They went through their healing process, and now they're seeking another sister wife. Now, we watched them go through a process in the first couple of episodes where they're on a online dating website that is geared towards more of an open-minded polygamy lifestyle, sharing the partner. They explain who they are as a couple. They sit next to each other and they go over the profile and they build it. And it's kind of refreshing to see it. Would it be for me? No. But is it dope to have a better understanding of how people actually deal with the situation? Yes. And the way Ashley feels is there's some things that she cannot fulfill for Dimitri, and to make him happy and to make her household happy, she is okay sharing her husband. She wants a best friend. She wants a sister. She wants someone that's going to share in the load and to be able to complete her family, just in case that is something that she is unable to do. And so to watch the two of them go through the process of trying to find the perfect woman, they're dating together, it was cool because I always assumed, my ex, like me, I always assumed that the husband was like, so I'm thinking about bringing in another woman, I'm going to start dating, and the ladies were just supposed to just be okay with that, you know, like it's just kind of what you get when you're a part of polygamy lifestyle. You know, when the family's time to grow and you may not be able to get pregnant, it's like, well, maybe it's time to bring in someone else. Like, I made that assumption because I don't really feel like sister wives really touch on the whole dating process. And I also think it's dope that Ashley and the other couples too, well, except for one, so that's a different conversation. But I just think it's dope that Ashley and Dimitri date together. And he doesn't just say, she's the one, she's coming in. Like, she has a say-so, and they both feel like that all three people need to get along with each other and before you go too far. Now, they find this girl. She's 22. Forgive me, y'all. I do not remember her name. And she flies to Atlanta to meet them. So this is basically from the beginning to where we are now so that I can catch you up with it. And I think her name... I don't remember her name. I be trying, but I barely remember Dimitri's and Ashley's, honestly. I had to write them down. So they meet this young girl. She seems like she's a perfect match. She seems like she has all the right answers. She flies down to Atlanta, and they have a group date. And on the group date, to me, it looked uncomfortable. It looked weird. I don't know why I'm so itchy. The seasons must be getting to me. It just seemed like a really uncomfortable situation. Ashley kind of like, she didn't seem jealous, but she kind of seemed over it. But Ashley is also like 6 or 7 months pregnant, so that could definitely explain the whole facial and the lack of interest. Well, I'm not gonna say lack of interest, but she just seemed pregnant. You know the mood that you're in when you're pregnant. You don't really want to be out. You don't really want to deal. You don't really want to get dressed. But she had to do all of that, and she looked like she was done. So Dimitri and the 22-year-old, they hit it off. They have great conversation. And Dimitri turns to Ashley and he says, oh, I'm looking at Luna. So, Ashley, I just want to know if it's okay if I take her out on a date. And Ashley's like, yeah, of course it is. And he's like, great. So I want to know if you would go out on a date with me tonight. So the rules, they have rules. Rule number 1 is that they both have to have an agreement. Not one person couldn't, like, I can't like her more than you and you can't like her more than me. If we don't both feel the same way about this person, then it's not going to work out. Number 2 rule is that there's supposed to be no intimacy until there is a commitment. Meaning there should be no physical contact until we all have decided that there is going to be a commitment. Seems fair to me. Seems justifiable. Seems, reasonable to not just go put our family at risk because we don't really know the person. And so those are the rules that, that they've covered so far. And he takes the little girl out on a date. I'm sorry that I called her a little girl, but she's like 14 or 15 years his junior. She's 22. He's You get what I'm saying? So she's kind of still a kid. At 22 years old, I would not be in the position to be making no life decisions like joining a polygamy family. So, but everybody matures in their own way. I just know at 22, that type of commitment, I don't know about. Now, I did get married at 22, but it was to one man. Like, I didn't sign up for children that's already here. So, okay. So, they go out on a date. They go to this place called Fumi, which I love, by the way. It's so cool to watch TV shows in the state that you live in, and you go to restaurants or places, and you're like, I've been there before. I love Fumi. So they go to this place. They go to Fumi. It's basically a sushi bar, big, huge sushi bar. And they get sake and stuff like that, and they're talking. And to me, it seems like she was just saying whatever she needed to say. To me, at 22 years old, her personality came off as, yeah, sure, yeah, okay, yeah. Like, he's asking questions, and she just seems like she doesn't have her own opinion. Then she drops, like, this corny-ass line, like, do you believe in love at first sight? And Dimitri's like, yeah, I believe in love at first sight. And I'm just in my head like, of course you freaking do. She's 22. You've been with your wife for however long. She's pregnant. You probably, things are probably weird at home. And now this 22-year-old, this little 22 good-looking something is like dropping these corny lines. So, of course. And after dinner, they part ways. Well, at least we think they do. And it comes around to the next morning, and Ashley says to the camera, well, when I went to bed, he wasn't here. When I woke up, he wasn't here. I mean, he's upstairs now, but I guess it was just a long night for him. And so she's sitting on the couch drinking her tea. I'm going to go ahead and assume he comes on down the steps, and she's like, long night? He's like, yeah, it was a long night. And so she's waiting for him to be